All right, guys. So we are live on YouTube right now. I'm going to copy the link. All right, guys. So we are live on YouTube right now. I'm going to copy the link. All right, guys. So we are live on YouTube right now. I'm going to copy the link. All right, guys. So we are live. My apology. It was doing like an echo. All right, but we are live right now on YouTube. I just had to close out the window, but we are live on YouTube. I'm gonna also record this. All right, so we are recording and then we're also live on YouTube. So what I was waiting for that we didn't see earlier. So the thing with moving averages, guys, is when you're reading them, well, I'll say this. I feel like if people don't like moving averages, and it's true. It has absolutely some truth to it. Like it's delayed. So, um, but I feel like we just have to just learn how to use moving averages better so it can align with our strategy. All right. So right now we're looking for a bias. So we already saw the market push up, and we know from honestly this the gold the strength of the gold has been up for a while. So really we're looking for buy entries in general. But earlier when we were looking, we were seeing that you had all these candles that was closing above the 20. And then you had the 20 was on top of the 9. Now that we have some strength, or now we have candles that are closer to the 9 now, we can potentially say, okay, well, can we get into a buy? Because this is a drop here, okay? So there's no real defeat here just yet. Like a buyer and the sellers are equally push this candle up and down. But we did have seller movement down here. We opened here. We went all the way down here. We closed here, okay? Now we see another seller come in. It's 5 minutes. All right, we open here. So this candle closed below here to confirm the sellers are in control again. So what we're essentially looking for, if you zoom this out, we had a push up, push down. Okay. We're going to ignore this consolidation. We're just looking for market strength. Then we had a push up. So now we're asking ourselves, what phase are we in? Are we in a push phase or exhaust phase? Right now, we are in an exhaust phase. We were just in a push phase. Now, ultimately, guys, we're looking for a price to push past here. Okay. When you get into a trade, you want to have some kind of target. Now, you have two targets, but this is the ultimate target. And then this one here. Sorry about that. We have this target here. That's the first target, but the ultimate target is going to be up here, right? That's going to be where we feel like the market should give us some really good momentum to the upside, right? So now we're just looking for price to close and we're just looking for confirmation. But this is the exhaust phase. We have the market is pushing up. Now we're looking for an entry. So what I'm going to do is if I see any candle that closes above here and it's an Heikin-Ashi candle, it's gonna give me the strength to get in. This already was really a seller's market here. You got one, two, three. And then we're gonna go from there and we're gonna ride price either up to here. It's gonna be my first TP, and then my second TP is gonna be at the official high, which is this area. And then all these things are gonna kind of pair up. So we're gonna have a breakout, okay? We're gonna have a breakout, and then it's gonna continue to break out. It might come back down, um, potentially. Remove the drawings. So this might after this breakout, but here's the thing, guys. We want to get in somewhere in here, and what's gonna help us get in is price is above this 9. Y'all see this? So because price is above this 9, this is letting us know that momentum can keep going up. Y'all see that? Y'all tracking that? So we are trading live for the first time in a while. I'm gonna get in on my Blue Guardian account. I have an account that's 10,000 and see here. I'm gonna stop and share my screen, and we're gonna go from there. All right. See, we got a minute left in this candle. What are we gonna do? It's on. Okay, all right. All right, let's see what this candle does next. Hello. Yes, how are you, sir? I'm doing good. All right, guys. So we're still on market watch. It takes time for things to develop. It was a big pause in there because we're just watching. Just want to take your time. So you see how price action is falling right in here. It looks like it's not, anytime you have any price action falling below here, the trade's not valid, right? Because one, the 200 is still on the bottom and it's still a bullish trend. So essentially, guys, we're looking for a strong bullish candle to close above here. And then this will be your first TP, which is the orb, the beginning of the orb. And then your second TP will be up here, right? We're looking for a breakout above here. Any breakouts is fair game. You know when something breaks out, it's going to pull back, up here, which is fine. Hopefully we have a candle that closes pretty strong, and then we'll be able to take advantage of like price action that goes close to this area, and then price will pull back and you probably need to leave. Or because I don't see any other highs in this area. So that's why you want to be careful with, like this, because when a candle breaks above this, I'll just give you guys this. When a candle breaks near a previous high, the current candle that's active is going to be the new high. So you don't really know where they're going to push price at. You do know where price at was previously, right? It was here. You do know price was here previously. So that's the only data you have, right? Okay. So that's the only data you have, right? In terms of just like previous data that you know that exists to be able to help you make a decision how long to stay. If so, you don't have any current data with your current price action candle. So a lot of times people stay in that current like price action when it's create a new high, and then you get caught up in like all this, the testing, retesting is going to do. So if I were you, as long as it didn't pass the previous high, I would stay in. Now if it passed it already, consider leaving. If it didn't pass it and price action is still working its way up, you're fine. Because it really had a chance to come past here or drop below here, and it didn't. So you still have a chance, if you're still trading. So just something to think about. And we'll just wait and see. I'm not gonna close it out yet. I'm live. I'm gonna put myself on mute, but I'm live. We're still live on YouTube. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I put myself on mute, but hopefully you guys can hear me. All right, talk to you soon. All right, guys. So I'm in this Blue Guardian account. Blue Guardian is a prop firm that gives you money. I lost a trade last night, but they give you up to $200,000. This account is only 10 grand. But you can see here I'm in profit. Let's go back to the chart and see where I should be getting out at. Probably should be leaving pretty soon. So y'all see this right here? It broke your orb. It already went past this previous high. Sometimes, again, like I said, it's really hard to want to stay in. Where are we at? 16, right? Because we might have another pullback coming down pretty soon. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this trade uh, just so I can stay in profit. All right, I'm going to leave. All right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in on another account. All right.
Like he was 27. I am like 26. We have a lot of haters. It wasn't because our age or our height, it was because our profession at the time. A lot of people in our profession did think that I was a gold digger. If you can't handle a sports car, then don't buy it. Because she is a fine sports car. When Aquila first,
So I'm going to go in on I'm gonna go in on my demo account, and I probably might be a little bit too late, but that's fine. Let's see here. I'm going for a buy. All right, and then boom. Yeah, it went past the previous high. So the thing I like about what I just did was you see how it's probably better to get in above the 9 than it is up here because I feel like it's already too late because we do know a pullback is coming. Like once it breaks the orb, we know a pullback is coming, right? We know that. We know for sure a pullback is coming without a shadow of a doubt. So unless you have a really bigger account, let me delete this here, and it can kind of withstand the storm, right? Like I do have, let's see here. Let me go to another one. See USD. Let's do GPB USD. All right, we have the 200 going up. All right, so the 200 is beneath here. And then we have the blue here. So I can't trade this tonight. We got JPY. All right, the 200 is underneath. Then we have JPY. So the better trade would have been here. Y'all see that? The better trade would have been here. So I'm not getting in because, the better trade is already happened. So the only other option is to wait for price to get closer to this entry to go back in. Y'all see that? That's the only thing I would do. The only thing I would do. All right. Now let's go back to gold. You might still get away with gold if y'all see what happened. So you see that pullback. If you got in now, you would have definitely lost money. Like on this other account right now, I'm down like $400. Now this is a this account size is $61,000. So I can stay in this trade as long as I want and not it's not going to take me out because it has so much more room for error. But if y'all have a smaller account or y'all working with prop firms, you never take a trade this high. So the issue we were having, so the orb strategy, I love it because it's letting us know the momentum is there. That's why it broke the orb. It's telling you, hey, listen, momentum is still going up because it broke past, this actual structure. So it's telling us it's there. I think the issue we've had in the past, excuse me, with an orb is the entry. The entry has always been an issue for us. So a lot of times what we've been doing is we'll say, okay, price action breaks past the order. That's great. We will wait for a pullback, right? And then we will go back in. That's how we usually do it with the orb strategy. Now, again, this is happening inside, right? Like we have this is ranging, and then all of a sudden we have it explode past the nine. Y'all see that? So we buy low. This will be a low point. At what point is low, right? You know what I mean? Like, what is low? Low would be, when price action closes above your nine. As long as it's a really good enough volume candle, then you're good to go. So you see how this is a better entry than it is up here because a pullback is coming, guys. We know it's coming. It always happens. Like, it's just, it's inevitable. Like wherever you get in, it's going to pull back. Now, I would rather get into a trade closer to the nine than I would or further away from it. You see all this wick? This means that sellers are stepping in because it already passed this previous high. So now what's happening, guys? See this? Now this becomes your new high, or this one is, wherever this closes at, this becomes your new high, right? Now we're probably at the end of the push phase, and now you're entering into the exhaust phase. This is where you got to be careful because now price is starting to dwindle down, and then you could maybe potentially enter in somewhere down here. But gold is just amazing. See, look at that. Look at that. Gold is just amazing. Guys, that. Taking a screenshot and putting it inside my group. Inside my group. Y'all see that? 832. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this video. Um, but we're all set. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.